4G networks typically have about 50 milliseconds of delay. That's fine for checking your email, but if you're performing remote surgery or controlling a self-driving car, it's an eternity.
And I'm guessing that's where 5G really shines?
The difference is staggering. We're talking about delays under 5 milliseconds in some cases. 5G MiFi with the SIM8260 inside keep chugging along, giving locals steady internet.
Welcome to IoT SIMple Bites, the podcast where complex IoT tech gets broken down into tasty, digestible insights. I'm Mia. Every episode, we turn those overwhelming, complicate IoT bites into simple bites you can savor on your commute, coffee break, or dog walk. Ever felt lost in the jargon jungle of 5G, eSIM, or satellite NB-IoT? We get it. That's why SIMCOM. Yes, the SIM in our name is a little nod to SIMCOM. Just like SIMCOM wireless modules move data bytes across the globe, we move knowledge straight to your ears. No lectures, no fluff, just 15 to 30-minute nuggets of what's hot in IoT. From smart cities to AI at the edge, served with clarity and a side of wit. Think of us as your IoT knowledge barista. So plug in, press play, and let's transform complexity into clarity. Subscribe to IoT SIMple Bites, where every bite connects you deeper to the future. Today we're diving into 5G technology and its real-world applications. In solving the last-mile connectivity challenge, we're thrilled to welcome David from SIMCOM's GTM team to chat about this. Hi there, David.
Hey, Mia. Hello to all the listeners. Great to be part of today's discussion. You know what blows my mind? We've got self-driving cars and robots performing surgery, but sometimes I still can't get a decent signal in my own basement. That's about to change in ways we never imagined.
That's such a perfect way to frame this whole connectivity puzzle. It's like we've built this amazing highway system, but forgot about the driveways.
Exactly right. And what's fascinating is how 5G is completely transforming this last mile problem. We're not just talking about faster cat videos, though that's nice too. We're seeing revolutionary changes in everything from farming to manufacturing.
So what makes this different from all the previous promises about better connectivity? Because I feel like we've heard this story before.
Well, here's what makes it truly game-changing. 5G can handle up to 1 million connected devices per square kilometer. Just let that sink in for a moment. That's like giving every person in a small city 10 different connected devices, and the network doesn't break a sweat.
That's honestly hard to even wrap my head around. How does that play out in the real world?
Let me paint you a picture from this fascinating case in Tokyo. They've got this smart community where literally everything is connected, from smart locks to air quality sensors, even pet trackers. Under 4G, their network would completely crash every evening when everyone came home.
Let me guess. The classic post-work digital rush hour?
Precisely. You've got kids streaming videos, parents on video calls, smart thermostats adjusting, security cameras running. It was digital gridlock. But with 5G, complaints about connectivity dropped a lot. Property managers were practically dancing in the streets.
That's really impressive. But I'm curious about how this affects areas beyond just residential use. I mean, there must be some major industrial applications, right?
Oh, you're going to love this. At a smart factory in Sweden, 5G cut robotic arms free from cables. These machines used to be shackled by wires. Think of a confined robot fumbling with precision work. Now, with 5G's real-time communication, they're controlled remotely with watchmaker-like accuracy.
Now that's quite the image. Did it actually generate some benefits?
A significant benefit from 5G in industrial environments is that instead of a single control, single purpose operating approach, multi-machines can be controlled by one central resource, reducing the cost of managing and maintaining OT as well as IT systems.
Those are the kind of improvements that could revolutionize manufacturing. But what about more remote areas? I'm thinking about places where traditional infrastructure is a challenge.
That's where 5G truly shines, turning once unreachable spots into smart hubs. Take Overbury Farms in the UK, a 1,600 hectare spread across Worcestershire and Gloucestershire. Laying fiber there? Near impossible, with the rural terrain and scattered fields. But their portable 5G private network? It changed everything. Two antennas, mounted on existing barns, cover 2 kilometers, no cables, no hassle.
So, how exactly does 5G make that work?
That dedicated 5G network is the backbone. It's what lets their AI cameras stream pest detection footage in real time, distinguishing aphids from beneficial ladybugs without lag. It's why sensors in the streams can send nitrate levels to the farm's dashboard instantly, pairing with weather data to tweak fertilizer use. Even the livestock trough monitors, they feed data over 5G, so farmers know when water runs low before a thirsty herd notices. No more spotty Wi-Fi dropping signals mid-check. 5G keeps every device talking, all the time.
That's not just saving time. 5G must be transforming how they manage resources too.
Absolutely, and it's all because 5G handles the data load. With a private network that doesn't share bandwidth with public users, they can cram 40-plus devices onto the system without a glitch. The result? They've cut pesticide use by targeting only infested areas. No more blanket spraying. Fertilizer runoff into streams is down because 5G delivers soil readings fast enough to adjust doses daily. For a farm that's been around since the 1600s, 5G isn't just tech, it's the reason they can be more productive and greener. That's the power of a network built for the land, not just cities.
You know what I find fascinating about all this? It's how 5G seems to be solving problems we didn't even realize we had.
And that brings us to one of the most mind-bending applications, something called network slicing. Think of it like having multiple highways running on top of each other, each designed for different types of traffic.
That sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie. How does that work in practice?
Picture this: a hospital in Barcelona uses one slice for remote consultations, crystal clear video, zero lag, completely secure. Meanwhile, their vending machines use a different, slower slice just to report when they're out of snacks. Same network, but completely different priorities.
That's incredibly efficient. It's like having a dedicated express lane for ambulances while delivery trucks take the regular lanes.
Exactly. And here's where it gets really interesting. This technology is enabling things we thought were impossible just a few years ago, like remote surgery with less than 10 milliseconds of delay. That's faster than you can blink.
Speaking of speed, I've heard some pretty wild claims about 5G's capabilities. What's actually possible?
Well, let's put it in perspective. 4G networks typically have about 50 milliseconds of delay. That's fine for checking your email, but if you're performing remote surgery or controlling a self-driving car, it's an eternity.
And I'm guessing that's where 5G really shines?
The difference is staggering. We're talking about delays under 5 milliseconds in some cases. That's why we're seeing these incredible applications in everything from virtual reality to automated manufacturing.
It sounds like we're really just scratching the surface of what's possible.
That's exactly right. And what's really exciting is how this technology is democratizing access to advanced capabilities. Small businesses that could never afford dedicated high-speed lines can now access enterprise-level connectivity through 5G.
You know what this reminds me of? It's like when electricity first became widely available. People thought it was just about better lighting, but it transformed every aspect of society.
That's a brilliant comparison. We're standing at a similar inflection point. The real revolution isn't just in the technology itself, it's in all the new possibilities it enables.
5G tech's really cracked the code on connectivity, huh? And it's totally kickstarted all these new gadgets, like 5G CPEs and MiFi. Where are folks using these things the most?
Oh, 5G gear is blowing up everywhere, no doubt. Families and businesses in North America and Europe are all over 5G CPE, but the Middle East? Whoa, their growth's been nuts. Their 5G CPE and MiFi usage is up there with the best, and honestly, it's because 5G just clicks with what they need.
So why's the Middle East such a perfect fit for 5G stuff?
Their energy and tourism industries have some super specific needs that 5G nails. Take energy, they're a huge oil and gas hub, right? Tons of fields out in the middle of nowhere, like deep in the desert. Imagine surviving in 60-degree heat where even fiber optic cables melt and crumble.
Total nightmare.
Yeah, we're talking about temperatures that would literally cook an egg on the sidewalk. Not just pricey, but the weather's brutal. That's exactly where 5G technology is proving its worth. Yet they've managed to make this sophisticated technology not just survive, but thrive.
That's right. And what really caught my attention was how they're using these specialized 5G modules. We know Simcom has a dedicated 5G product lineup, and the SIM8260 is the 5G module we're currently pushing hard. It's already in use across multiple regions worldwide.
Modules like CPEs need to be super reliable, especially in work environments like this. SIM8260 is a good choice. It supports the local mainstream 5G frequency bands and can handle temperatures above 50 degrees Celsius with an extreme limit of 70 degrees Celsius. SIM8260 also features resistance to electromagnetic interference in desert environments. All of this has been rigorously tested.
That sounds really great. As the core component in terminal devices, the reliability of the module is absolutely crucial.
Besides reliability, 5G solutions also bring benefits with time and cost. In Saudi Arabian oil fields, they used to spend months laying fiber optic cables that would just get destroyed by the sand and heat. Now with 5G solution, they've cut deployment time from 6 months to just 2 weeks.
That's pretty remarkable. It's all about cost.
The maintenance costs dropped significantly, which you can imagine. At the meantime, the operations got changed, having real-time data from every pump, spotting malfunctions before they cause shutdowns.
It's really impressive. You know what's interesting? This isn't just about industrial applications. Take Dubai's tourism sector. They're handling thousands of tourists, all trying to post their vacation photos at the same time.
Well, I'm sure you've been there too, stuck in a hotel on vacation, dealing with spotty Wi-Fi and glacial internet speeds. It's such a hassle, but 5G is changing that. Like we just said before, one of 5G's features is that it can support thousands of devices connecting at the same time. And Dubai's hotels are already on board, using 5G solution to solve the problem. This move is going to make a huge difference in how guests feel about their stays.
This matters a ton. I really wish hotels around the world would follow suit.
You won't miss that day, and there is a smart city project in Saudi Arabia and other Middle Eastern regions which will be built as a smart city powered by 5G networks. Tens of thousands of smart LED poles will be deployed throughout the project, along with a host of services such as a street lighting management network, including street surveillance through concealed cameras, detailed surveillance via facial and license plate recognition technology, and concealed radars for detecting traffic violations.
Wow, that's incredible. But what really interests me is how different the approach is in Southeast Asia. Instead of these high-tech solutions for extreme environments, they're focusing on making it affordable and accessible.
Exactly. Take Indonesia. They're dealing with 17,000 islands. Laying fiber optic cables underwater would cost 5 times more than on land, so they're using these 5G devices to deploy networks at lower costs with greater flexibility and speed, while also achieving higher quality networks and wider coverage.
Tell us more about this.
The impact on local communities has been transformative. Those fishermen can now check weather forecasts, find the best spots to fish, and get in touch with fish buyers in the market all through third-party apps. With smarter, more targeted fishing, they're cutting costs and raking in more profits.
That's what I find most fascinating about this whole story. How the same technology can serve such different purposes.
I have more cases like this. In Bangkok, it's powering those 5G-equipped ambulances, zipping through gridlocked streets to get critical patient data like live video feeds and vital signs straight to Siraj Hospital in real time. Docs can guide paramedics through pre-hospital care on the spot, and it's been a total game changer for boosting emergency survival rates.
That's absolutely critical. You are talking about saving people's lives.
Yeah.
What else you've got?
And in Vietnam's textile factories, they've rolled out 5G private network services on the factory production lines with all sorts of applications like AR, VR, barcode scanning, and data processing up and running.
It's really a game changer. I've got a question. Does the SIM8260 fit the bill for the Southeast Asian market too?
You know how it is in Southeast Asia, super humid, long monsoon seasons, and parts get hit by typhoons pretty regularly. That means electronics there really need to hold up against moisture and corrosion. The SIM8260 module, it's built with special materials and tech that make it tough against all that wet and rust. Even in those Indonesia island areas where humidity's through the roof year-round, 5G MiFi with the SIM8260 inside keep chugging along, giving locals steady internet.
Sounds like the SIM8260 is a real all-rounder.
Then there's the multiple frequency band thing. Every country over there has its own setup, but the SIM8260 handles it, so it fits right in wherever. Like Singapore leans on bands like N1 and N3, while Malaysia uses more N78. The SIM8260, no sweat, it works.
So the SIM8260 is the clear top pick. It checks all the boxes.
But here's the thing about Southeast Asia, it's not a one-size-fits-all. Unlike the Middle East, where they go big on high investment and top specs, the last mile here isn't just about getting connected, it's about affordability too. For customers watching every penny, Simcom's got the A8200 module. It's on a chip platform that's way more budget-friendly. They kept the basic performance solid, but tweaked the supply chain and production to cut costs, so the price is way more competitive. For those small and medium businesses in Southeast Asia that can't splurge, the A8200's a no-brainer. It checks their network boxes without jacking up their equipment costs.
It's like we always need a plan B.
Exactly.
None of these techs can take off without end devices, let alone core modules like the SIM8260. It's like they're helping the tech build bridges, right?
That's a spot-on analogy. Modules are like tech translators. They have to speak 5G's language and also understand the local market's rules. They have to stand up to 60-degree heat in oil fields, radio frequency tests, nail those details, and 5G can really move out of the lab and into polluted rice paddies and factories.
There's a ton of work for everyone to put in if we want 5G tech to actually deliver. Let's loop back to talking about cases. How about the situation in Singapore? I've heard there are some pretty cool 5G use cases over there.
Let me tell you an interesting one. Singapore is leading the pack with their 5G-powered robotic boats. These unmanned surface vessels are out there cleaning up river trash and monitoring water quality in Marina Bay, and 5G is the secret sauce making it all work.
Thanks to its awesome features, right?
Yeah, operators on shore can steer them with pinpoint precision from afar, no lag messing up tight maneuvers around the bay's nooks and crannies. And with 5G's massive bandwidth, all the live video, water sensor data, and GPS updates from the boats zip back to the control center instantly, so teams can spot pollution spikes or trash pileups and adjust routes on the fly. The slash carbon emissions by around 80% compared to those old gas-guzzling boats.
That really shows the versatility of 5G, doesn't it? Whether it's surviving extreme desert conditions or connecting remote island communities, it's all about solving specific local challenges.
Well, based on the current trajectory, we're likely to see even more innovative applications. The Middle East is already planning to expand their smart city initiatives beyond streetlights to entire transportation systems. And in Southeast Asia, they're looking at ways to bring this affordable connectivity to even more remote areas, potentially transforming education and healthcare access.
You know what I find particularly interesting? How this technology seems to be breaking down traditional economic barriers.
The potential is staggering. According to research institutions' forecasts, by 2025, 5G, along with technologies like the Internet of Things and artificial intelligence, will drive a global GDP growth of nearly $11 trillion. But beyond the numbers, we're looking at transformative applications in disaster response, where every second saved can mean lives saved.
It's not just about faster internet or better phone connections. It's like a master key that can reshape itself to fit any lock. When it comes to different scenarios, 5G tech always finds a way to fit right in.
You know what strikes me as particularly meaningful? The ripple effects this has on education and opportunity. Several countries leveraged 5G networks in remote areas to roll out online classes, ensuring education stayed on track. And via 5G-powered live streaming commerce, young people in the village can sell their mountain specialties to urban markets. No need to head off to big cities for work anymore.
That's really bringing home how this isn't just about faster internet. It's about fundamental changes in community stability.
Looking ahead, we think we're just scratching the surface. As these technologies become more robust and affordable, we'll likely see even more creative applications that we haven't even imagined yet.
What do you think are the next frontiers for this technology?
Studies reveal that by 2030, 5G will reach 5.5 billion connections globally. But what excites me most is how it's already being used in unexpected ways, like conservation efforts using connected sensors to track endangered species in real time across entire ecosystems.
That's really making me think about how technology can be a force for positive change when implemented thoughtfully.
Let me leave you with this thought. The World Economic Forum estimates that digital technology, including 5G, can help reduce global carbon emissions by at least 15% by 2030. This isn't just about connectivity, it's about creating a more sustainable and equitable future for everyone.
And that's such a powerful way to understand the real impact of this technology. David, thank you for taking us through this journey.
Thank you for exploring these transformative changes with me, Mia. Until next time, keep watching how 5G continues to reshape our world in unexpected ways.
We will be witnesses together. Thank you for all the listeners who have stayed with us until now. Remember to keep following IoT SIMple Bites. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.